Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, it's been a bleak couple of days for a lot of you because you lost your emotional support outdoor YouTuber in Luke Nichols, the Outdoor Boys. He released a retirement video a while ago just detailing that he wants to raise his family in a normal way, and he can't do that with being as famous as he got on YouTube. People are approaching him and stuff like that, and it just doesn't lend itself to a normal lifestyle that he wants his children to have. And I heard that and I thought it was very noble. It's resisting this call for the line to go up. You've realized that you've made a place, that you have enough, and now you just want to step away, raise your kids. I'm reminded of Rick Moranis, the guy who was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. When his wife passed, he stepped away from acting entirely so he could raise his children. He wanted his kids to have a normal life. He didn't want them to be raised by someone else or sent into the foster system, so he put his life to the side and focused on his children. And if I can level with you, he made the right choice. Because if you've seen some of the commentary people have about his retirement, he should have done this a long time ago. Y'all didn't deserve to watch his content in the first place. There are so many people I've seen say that this is him being longhoused by his wife. They're calling her ugly. They're saying she's Jewish. They're saying that, oh, she forced him to do this because she doesn't want him to be famous or she doesn't want him to get approached on the street. This made her uncomfortable. This is his choice. He's married to her. He wants to raise a family. I thought you guys were the party of family. And that's what I'm starting to realize. This has been obvious for a while, but it's even more obvious now that modern right-wing people do not care about families. They do not care about marriage. All they care about is money and aura farming. Everything else is posturing around that. It's all for control so they can make more money. It's all for control so they can look cooler or think they look cooler. And that may sound strange because obviously with a channel like the Outdoor Boys with a Mormon family making nature content, he's probably a right-winger too, but I think we can draw the distinction that he's a conservative because he wants to conserve the environment. That's the main difference. He wants to conserve the ideals that apparently these modern right-wingers think they believe, but he actually upholds. Taking care of people, taking care of your family, looking out for the world, and fostering it for the next generation. Now, I should say, up until this weekend, I'd never seen the Outdoor Boys content. I only heard about him from his retirement. My emotional support outdoorsy YouTuber is Primitive Technologies. And I think the reason Primitive Technologies hasn't retired yet is because his videos only include him. And he doesn't talk in his videos. Luke made his videos a lot more personal. They included his family, which I think was the appeal for a lot of people. But then somewhere along the way, you guys lost your sight that this isn't a YouTuber who's pretending to be a family man. This is a family man who just so happened to put his family on YouTube. He's made enough. He wants to move on. You all should respect that. If you see anybody who's up in arms, stomping their feet and crying because he decided to raise his family, I think that's a good sign of what kind of person you're dealing with. Maybe you shouldn't let them around your family in the future. Because God knows they aren't going to have a family of their own. No one's going to want to cohabitate with someone like that for long enough to make a spawn. But I wish him all the best. Good luck out there. I hope your work with your child's channel leads him to a place where he can be financially successful. And I hope your family is enjoying the extra time they get to spend with you now that you're not behind a camera. But until another YouTuber retires and everybody gets up in arms about how they feel about it, y'all try to have a good day.